Most people tune into cryptid vlogs for the adrenaline. They want to feel the frantic bounce of a flashlight beam and the crunch of leaves under someone else's boots. What rarely makes it into the final cut is the sheer physical toll of getting that shot, the hours of shivering in the damp, or the exhaustion of carrying 30 pounds of gear up a ridge. In a studio, you control the lights, the temperature, and the power. Out here, the forest provides none of that, turning a simple stand-up intro into a logistical fight against the elements. This is the reality gap. Transitioning from a casual viewer to an outdoor creator requires more than just a camera. It requires specialized gear, weatherproofing, and the physical stamina to keep the lens steady when you're freezing. To understand how creators bridge this gap, we need to look at the specific preparation required for a night in the deep woods. Capturing a legend on screen is secondary to mastering the physical reality of the wilderness itself. Preparation begins long before the first mile. Wilderness filmmaking requires a loadout that is as light as possible without sacrificing professional quality. The visual tech focuses on lightweight mirrorless bodies paired with fast lenses, glass specifically chosen to pull detail out of the shadows with minimal digital noise. Audio is even more difficult. To capture the snap of a twig or a distant howl without the constant roar of the wind, creators use robust external microphones shielded by thick synthetic fur muffs. The rest of the pack is dedicated to survival and power: high-capacity batteries that won't fail in the cold, waterproof gear cases, and powerful headlamps for navigating off-trail. Every item in that bag has a dual purpose. It has to keep the production running and keep the person carrying it safe. This high-angle view shows the terrain the creator is up against. Once you drop below the tree line, you lose the horizon, and the scale of the valley becomes a maze of vertical lines. Finding a clear shot is a constant battle against the brush. As seen here, operators often have to crouch in the tall grass and wait for their subject to enter a narrow sightline, physically embedding themselves into the landscape to get the frame they need. When moving, creators use the vlogger's pivot. It's a specialized step where the operator twists their torso to isolate the camera from the shock, allowing them to step over obstacles without jarring the footage. Lighting in the woods is about management rather than creation. Creators use the forest canopy as a natural diffuser, timing their shots to catch the soft, filtered light that breaks through the branches. Every technique is an adaptation to the environment's unpredictability. When the sun drops behind the ridge, the production stops being about framing and starts being about focus. In the dark, the camera lens becomes a narrow tunnel. Your hearing takes over, and every rustle in the dry brush sounds like something much larger moving through the trees. This is where the creator faces a dual challenge: managing their own instinctual fear while maintaining a coherent narrative for the camera. That authentic adrenaline, the real-time reaction to a sound in the dark, is what gives these videos their weight. The late-night hunt moves beyond technical execution and becomes a test of the creator's own emotional endurance. By morning, the gear is packed back into the cases. The expedition is over. Whether the lens caught a glimpse of a shadow or nothing but trees, the footage still holds its value. A 5-second clip of blurry tree wouldn't sustain a 20-minute video on its own. The success of the vlog comes from the work we've just seen: the miles tracked, the technical hurdles overcome in the dark, and the ability to turn a cold night in the woods into a story. These videos document our desire to go where the cell signal drops to zero and see what's left of the wild. The cameras and microphones are simply translation tools. They take the internal experience of fear and curiosity and convert it into a signal that anyone, anywhere can watch. You have the gear list and the technical roadmap. Now, the only way to get the story is to step into